Well, welcome to the Small Scape. Here we are in what I'm kind of calling the lounge, although I may slip up and call it either the workshop or the loft. It used to be a loft. We used to not have a wall. This one right behind my main tank was open. It had a railing and it looked over the first floor. And now I have a door and a wall. It's awesome. But as you can see, I have a lot of stuff. So this is not going to be stacked tanks like the Nano Nook was. That was a different look. And this room also has to contain a lot of my stuff. My collections, a lot of which are fish-related collections. This shelving unit is kind of half land, half aqua, like aquarium side. So you will typically only see the right-hand side. But basically this is it. We went from very light colored walls to very dark colored walls. So this basically around the room, and then I'm going to talk about the tanks that we've got coming up. Aquascapes, cool. This right wall here has my 7-foot long shelving unit. Mounted the verticals right into studs, so it's very, very strong. And I'm going to have very small tanks on here that are not really going to take up, they're not going to weigh more than a big stack of books. So keeping in the weight in mind for sure. But left-hand side you probably won't ever see because it's a lot more of my non-fish collections, my books. I have a lot of books, CDs, doodads, more gardening kind of sorts of deals over on the left-hand side. You're going to see the right-hand side though that is kind of my ode to the aquarium world. And my tiny tanks will be here, and my gifts, all of my gifts that I've received from you all that have sent them out. My ode to the green neon gifts and goodies have its own little special spot in my heart. And my collection that you guys have never ever seen of aquarium castles. That's right, I love aquarium castles. And also vintage books. Aquarium books are super cool. And other little doodads, gifts that I've received and whatnot. And then my tiny tanks that it's never going to be completely covered in aquariums. A, the weight would get too much, and B, I have very few that I'm kind of keeping, and I'm going to switch them out. I'm going to probably rescape them somewhat frequently. That's just my thought. But we do have this puddle tank. Love it. It has sat like this, half scaped, for over a year, probably a year and a half. I saw these scaped at the Awaza booth at Aquashella's year after year, and I was like, oh, I have to have that. So I finally found it. I think it's Zuxai, maybe. And then that's a really cool tank. And then I've got the little tiny, like 1-2 gallons. Super fun for a little tiny planted tank. And then, I don't know if I've ever shown you this. This is a vintage fish bowl from Mr. Primetime's aunt. She asked if I wanted it, and I said, heck yeah, I do. So this one is going to be fun. I've got, behind me is my 22 long. It's rimless, and it is sat, it's taken up many different areas in the house, waiting for this room to be completed and all ready for its debut. It's still wrapped. I have some things that I still need to order to be ready, and then devastated. I had a piece of artwork that I wanted. It was very versatile. I thought it was going to be like it was like over $300. So I was like, no. So I think I have another piece that will be good for autumn. That will be kind of nice. That will go with my inspiration, because I have very particular inspiration of how this bad boy is going to look. And then the dresser is a little different. The dresser that we used to have, the backdrop was over here. Now the main backdrop will kind of be over here, or maybe I'll sit here. I don't really know yet. But this is a French provincial dresser. Love the color. When Mr. Primetime first saw it, I was like, oh, he's gonna hate it. Yeah, he didn't like it. I knew he wouldn't. It's kind of more my style, definitely not his. But the color is very reminiscent of red flint sand. Really kind of hides the dirt better than a black sand would. So the 22 long will get unwrapped. It's been wrapped for 2 years, 3 years, and now it will be unwrapped and scaped. And let's see, oh, in the corner is a little, it used to be a closet. I turned it into a desk many moons ago. And now it is the perfect space for my 10-gallon vintage metal frame tank. So excited. I always pictured it like as you're sitting at a desk, that it would be right in front of my eyeballs. So it's a nice little size. It's really flat. It's shallow. It's a shallow little depth, but nice height. It's kind of like called a portrait or a picture frame tank. I think that's how they would describe it back in the day. Really cool things that I found at like a Home Goods or something in the winter sometime were my mushroom baskets. That's right. They're baskets shaped like mushrooms, and they hold all of my fish keeping stuff, my nets and tools and supplies. I was totally excited about those, and I was really excited to show them off to you. So that is kind of your mini tour and a welcome to the lounge. Hope you enjoy it, the new space, and it will it's not complete, and it'll continue to like evolve, especially once I get my artwork up there. That's exciting. And we'll go from there. I hope you like the new space. Let me know what your favorite part is or what you're most excited to see. Hopefully you're excited to see the scape going in here, and so am I. And I'll see you next week.